would like to welcome everybody to the 2013 Awards program for the Applebound 2013 Awards ceremony for the Applebound Summer Program. On behalf of Ohio University and the Patton College of Education, I would like to welcome you all to Ohio to today's ceremony. We really appreciate everybody being here today. We really thank you. Coming here to celebrate the hard work of our students, our Applebound participants. Let's give a shout out to them all for going through the summer, please. Our dedicated staff, the instructors and the residential staff and the administration staff, they've done a pretty tremendous job this summer. So let's give them a round of applause. The most vital point of all is the parents, the guardians, the family units, and support. Without you guys, I don't think any of our students can do this, and without your support, helping them throughout the program, it's really hard for us to work with the students. So we really, really thank you for coming and continue to provide the support you give to the students. So please let's give our parents and friends and family a round of applause. So parents, this will be the last one. They've been coming to Applebound for a while. The wildest one. Can you guys stand? This is the, how many years will this be?
Oh, this 3 and then previously 3, about 6.
6 years. And this is the last summer ceremony they're coming to. Let's give them a round of applause. It has taken a lot of work and effort. I would also like to recognize we get a lot of support from across Ohio University. It's not just the Patton College of Education that helped us. This summer, if you've been aware, our students have done a ton of community service. We've tried to get them involved in the community. We've gone across the different colleges and campus where we've done our exploratory exercises. We've had a ton of about 16 of our students, bridge and continuing Applebound students, taking college classes at OU, and we cannot claim all the credit for it. It has been a community effort. So I would like to thank a couple of officers and people who have helped us be able to make this all work out. First off, the OU office, the Summer Sessions office, they provided us with about $16,000 in tuition waivers so our students could take college classes. So that was really tremendous of them. The Child Development Center with Kathy Waller and Terry Swank and their staff providing our students with the opportunity to be able to come and do community service and work with their students and work in their space. We would also like to thank Kids on Campus, which is, if you see the sign up there, Kids on Campus is an auxiliary program run through the College of Health and Human Professional Services, and they also gave us some pretty tremendous support for our bridge students to do some very awesome community service opportunities, as Chase will testify to later. And then the Athens County Dog Shelter also provided us with tremendous support, giving our students opportunities to come and work with the abandoned animals and for our students to also get into their community. And then the United Campus Ministries be hosting us on a big and large community service project. So can we give a round of applause to all these officers? We would also like to take a minute to acknowledge the presence of a couple of people who have supported us, throughout the year and worked with us on various endeavors. Assistant Dean for the Patton College of Education, Maureen Kuhn. She's representing the college here. And for the students who are going to enroll at OU, and those of you, the TRIO programs doesn't end at Applebound. We have TRIO programs that go across college too, and we have at OU we have a particular program called College Adjustment Program. Sorry, I had to double check that. And that is the Student Select Services portion of the TRIO program on campus. And we have the director of that program, Cynthia King, here, and she's also a board member for the Applebound. So let's provided us with tremendous support, and we're able to talk to them about our students' enrollment. So for our students who are going to need the help, it doesn't stop an up or down. So we're going to be pushing you to go seek them out. At this point, normally what we would do is we would have our break students give their speeches, but this year they insisted they didn't want to give a speech. So TJ, where are you? Our break students are our graduating seniors who are going to go into college next year. And this year we've had a very tremendous group. I'll say since I started working at Upward Bound, this has been a group partner. This group has always been together. They've gone through the hard times and the below times together, and they have shaped the program the way they want to see it. And I have such high hopes for them because with them coming up, we know the world is in safe hands with this group of guys and girls who are going to be graduating today. So we're going to give them their certificates of completion. Everybody gets a certificate, but the break certificate is like, the BA and all of it. Okay, so first up, Denisha Copeland. TJ Cuppington. Famous Dallas Connell. Matea Crawford. Bob Dutcher, otherwise known as William Dutcher.
When you leave, we stay together, we stay together. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for wedding. That's what she knows. Baby, for Air Force Airlines.
The other half of the dynamic duo, Chase Goodrich. Chloe Music. Chloe's going to be a Kaplan Scholar at OU. That is one of the biggest scholarship awards you can get at Ohio University. So this year she's going to be a Kaplan. So let's give her one more round of applause. Jude Temple. Where is this? And last but not least, I am going to miss her, and I better say her name right. Nessa Wallace. So let's give it up one more time for our principal. You guys have left a really tremendous legacy behind, and we at the Upward Bound program really appreciate them. Thank them for showing the dedication they have, and we are truly, really, really going to miss you guys. Thank you. Now, The other part of the summer, other Apple bounders have not forgotten about you, we've not forgotten about you. They have put in some hard work. And if you're a parent and you've not got a call from your student crying, then they've not been an Apple bound. So, we are going to recognize all the hard work our students put in the classrooms. So at this point, I'm going to introduce our staff, I'm going to introduce the instructors, and they're going to hand out the awards. So I'm going to start with math with Mr. M. I don't want to butcher his name today. So for algebra, Brooke Russell, we're ready. Autumn Wallace. And this is for academic achievement. They were the best students in their class. Okay. We're going to go on to the conference to show Walter.
Put your hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air. Hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air.
So for pre-cal, for academic achievement, we have Joshua Parker. Gosh. Sorry, that's how. Apparently you did. And Tracy? Michaela Haddon? And then for most improved, we had Alyssa McKee. Rebecca Hamlin, but she's not here tonight, so. And then Tony McClunch for most improved. Thank you, Mr. Showalter. For CCPD, where's Mr. Mustafa? So this was actually an online class, and Mustafa was the team for that class. We were trying to introduce our students to some of, a lot of them are going to start taking some online classes. So at that point, we're trying to adjust to that and have them experience how it is when you're taking an online class where you have to self-pace yourself and nobody is telling you actually what to do. So the instructor of record for this class was Brianna Monk. Unfortunately, she cannot be here with us today. But she was our graduate academic advisor for the year. She's done some pretty awesome work for us. But Mr. Mustafa is going to present now her award. So for academic achievement in CCPD, we have Kyle McLeod. Megan Subelli. Michael Hamilton. And Tanya Siders. For most improved, we have Ethan Oliphant. And Hannah Cochran. my CCPD class, for academic achievement, we have Michaela Allison. Sierra Todd. And then for most improved in CCPD in my class, we had Michaela Haddon. And Marilyn Spratt. Chemistry, the famous Dr. Bill. So for academic achievement in chemistry, Michaela Haddon. And Troy Rivera. Troy Rivera. And then for most improved, we have Casey Reitner. And Jessica Williams. Thank you, Dr. Becky. Let's start at the end.
Yes, I had to go to that place to get to this one. Now, some of you might still be in that place. You're trying to get out. It's not
For academic achievement in Ms. Dorothy Ann's class, we have Adriana Stransberry. Ashton Jordan. And once again, Michaela Haddon. And then for academic achievement in Ms. Dorothy Ann's class, Brenda Clunge.
No final essays, guys.
And then most improved, we have Alyssa McKee. Troy Rivera. And most improved, Heaven Harrell. Where is Heaven? side dress and Mr. Roger Yancy. Mrs. Stone. For academic achievement in Mrs. Stowe's class, Haley Harris. And then for excellence in writing, and I can attest to that, he makes even the driest subjects really interesting and very creative. He was writing about financial aid in my class, and it was pretty interesting, the way he wrote about it. Alex Van Baden. And for steadfastness of purpose and endurance, otherwise known as most improved, Jessica Williams. And Carl McLeod. Thank you, Mrs. Stowe. Our Spanish instructor couldn't be here today, so Garrett Weber is going to help us hand out those things. For academic achievement in Spanish, Josh Parker. And then Michaela Allison for Spanish, also academic achievement. For consistency and initiative, Brooke Russell. And then for consistency and initiative in Spanish, Leighton Ridgway. Thank you, Gary. Miss Irene. Steady skills in time management. For academic achievement in steady skills in time management, Jessica Williams. Michaela Pope. Morgan Barringer. For most improved in steady skills and time management in Miss Aaron's class, Andrew Johnson. And Lauren Dunn. And Sierra Todd. Marilyn Sprague. You already have the certificate we printed out to you, but you got most improved in steady skills and time management. Please come check this out in his hands. Mr. Plummer. the music for him though. For most improved in Mr. Plummer's class, Adriana Stansberry. Andy Tracy. And then we have one other category of award. We have another category of awards, and this is for citizenship in the classroom. And these students have gone above and beyond in helping their fellow students in all academic disciplines and in making sure that they're giving up their time to make sure their other students are catching up and making sure that they're attending their work on time. And so we want to recognize them for all the service they've done. To start off with the Citizenship Award, Michaela Allison. Morgan Maringer. Tanda Clonch. Destiny Guzlin. Michael Hamilton. Heaven Harold. Derek Hill. Ashton Jordan. Where's Mr. Koppelkopf? Cal McLeod. Joshua Parker. Casey Reitner. Troy Rivera. And last but not least, Jessica Williams. And we have one other group of students here who we are not going to give certificates to, but we want to acknowledge the hard work they've done consistently throughout our program. These will be our honors academic students. These students were taking actual OU classes for college credit, in addition to working, taking upward-bound classes. And they do this because they've shown in the past that they can really do well in academic settings and they've been very consistent and great way. So I'm going to mention their names and I want them to stand so we can acknowledge them. For our honors student, Michaela Allison. Josh Parker. And then Haley Hurst. Even though she hasn't taken a class, she consistently has done a really good job.
Derek Hill.
college or going away to college or a program like Applebond, it's not only about the classes. One of the most important parts we don't want to forget is the co-curricular portion. That is living in the residential halls, making sure you get along with your other fellows and PAs and adjusting to certain scenarios. So at this point, I'm going to call on Ms. Rebecca Rittenberg and Ms. Irene to come up and give out the residential award. For the Blossom Award, Michaela Haddon. And Leighton Ridgeway for the Blossom Award. For outstanding leadership in the residential hall. And this is, I think, his second or third outstanding leadership award. Chase Goodwin. Outstanding leadership award. And Ashley Jordan, you're next. And then for the most supportive student, we have William Koppelcom. And Heaven Harold. One word about Heaven. If you've seen us wearing our blue t-shirts this year with the Mario stuff on it, she designed it. So let's give her another round of applause. Even though we didn't mention any awards, but then if you look on that wall over in the table right behind where Dr. Becky and Miss Clark are sitting, Miss Clark was an art instructor, we have the work our students did over the summer displayed over there. So take your time to look at it. We have some pretty awesome students who are really talented and did some pretty incredible work. At this point, I'm going to call on Assistant Dean Kuhn to help me pass out the completion awards. And these are certificates of completion for all the students who were able to stick it out for the 5 weeks we were on campus. It takes a lot to be able to do that. So we appreciate you being here. And we want to acknowledge that also. Official. So, because we're going to give these awards out, I'm going to be calling your name and just keep coming up, and Assistant Dean Kuhn will be able to give you an award. Michaela Allison, Morgan Marigan, Santa Claus, Hannah Cochran, Tana Cyrus, Lauren Dunn, Destiny Guzman, Michael Hamilton, Michaela Haddon, Heaven Harold, Derek Hill, Haley Hurst, Andrew Johnson,
Shayla Kibble, William Koppelkamp, Arden Lawless, Kyle McLeod, Elisa McKee, Xavier Neeson, Ethan Oliphant, Josh Parker, Michaela Pope, Casey Reitner, Leighton Ridgway, Troy Rivera, Brooke Russell, Marilyn Sprague, Adriana Stansberry, Megan Subele, Sierra Todd, Andrew Tracy, James Van Weber, and Jessica Williams. So, Brady. At this point, we're going to give Applebaum has an award called the Applebaum Scholar Athlete Award, and this award is was started by the first director of the Applebaum program at Ohio University, Mr. Ray Skinner, Dr. Ray Skinner, I should say, sorry. And Dr. Skinner passed away last year, and we've been giving out these awards for the past 4 years, and it's not, we give it to students who have embodied what a well-rounded student should be. So it doesn't just acknowledge academic work, it acknowledges what they're doing in their community, playing sport, and what other leadership roles they have. And this year, we had our applicants were very strong, and it was really hard to give a tie break between them. So this year, we're going to have 2 award winners for the Ray Skinner Award. So I'm going to have the first recipient of the Skinner Award, Brady Radcliffe, and Assistant Dean Kuhn give the awards to the 2 students who are going to get the Ray Skinner Award for this year. And because there are two of them, it's a $500 scholarship, and they're going to get it when they enroll at OU. We're going to process that for them. So, the first person for the Race Time Award, Dallas Carter. Chase Goodwin. And we want, for the archives, we want them to hold a replica check. It says it's way more than $500, so sorry guys. Thank you. Thank you, Brady. So, the greatest component, one of the greatest components of the Applebaum program, I've been talking all day. It looks like I'm the only person who works here. I'm not. Normally I try to hide in the background. The people who do all the heavy lifting, they actually do the work. They work with your students to make sure they're learning, to make sure they're not crying all night or running away from Mr. K because Mr. K is coming. The staff have put in a lot of work and they have done a tremendous job doing that. So, I'm going to invite Mrs. King to help me give that staff awards out because the staff deserves some recognition also. Mr. M. Mr. M is teaching algebra and math for us this year. Mrs. Stowe for English. Mr. Showalter for calculus and pre-calc. Mr. at the end. For English also. And our art instructor, Miss Clark. And then the residential stuff, these guys are in the forefront. They are like at the front lines of the battle, or the job, because they handle everything. Everything starts with these people, and they've done a tremendous job this year. So let's give a hand out to the residential staff, please. You don't know them yet, right? Give them a round of applause. Miss Cartrell Lofton. Miss Rebecca Redenbeck. Mr. Brady Radcliffe. Miss Kenna Reynolds. Mr. Mustafa Brimer. Miss Erin Henning. Mr. Plummer. Miss Guy Weber. And then I have one more instructor. I had to go last because she teaches chemistry for us, but then she has a couple of her students volunteer as TAs for us, so we want to honor them too. But they give up their time for free in the evenings over the summer when it's the nicest time to go out. Dr. Mekiba, and then she's going to for Dr. Becky's TAs, Alinese. Miss Alinese, we're ready. Mr. Carl McQuaid. Miss Alison Moore. Mr. Jeremy Shook. Mr. Daniel Adams. Wait to look this one. Mr. Brady Radcliffe. There's one special person here we want to honor today. I've not mentioned her name. Yesterday was technically her last day of work, but she's here today. This person has been with Applebound for over 6 years, and she has put in sweat, effort, and tears. I have made her cry a couple of times, I'm not going to lie. She has basically run our office sometimes when we are not around. And if you have ever called our office, you've probably talked to her before. And she was an Applebound student. She's an Applebound alum. She just graduated from OU. She's going to be a nurse at Gallipolis, Holzer. So if you go look for her in China. But she has been so instrumental in running our office that we cannot. It's been 3 years since I started working with Applebound full time. And she has been very, very instrumental in the program as a TM, as an office manager, as name it, she has been it. Please help me give a big round of applause to Ms. Jenna Leidig and help the Applebound program. And for all the hard work, we're giving her a commemorative clock that is going to be etched with whatever she wants with the OU logo on it. So, thank you, Jenna. All the students love you so much, and the staff loved you so much that they have to give you this also. Thank you, Jen. She's been really great for us. Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate you coming. We want you to mingle and talk to everybody else in our program. Thank you.
You can start anytime.
My name is Heaven Harold, and I am a student. I'm going to be a senior this year. I'm a student at Upperbound, and I would definitely encourage anyone to join Upperbound because it's a very helpful program. I think without Upperbound, I would have never done good in my classes. It's a really great program, and I think I've improved a lot because of it. And I've had college students come up to me and say that if they were in Upperbound, they probably would have dropped out. So it's a great program. I love it.
My name's Andy Christine Weather.
program has been important for me. It's very helpful, for it helps me decide what I need to do for whatever career I'm wanting to be doing. And I do gotta say, Upward Bound is the best and most helpful program I could ever be in. It could really help when it comes to that college step.
My name is Thunder Conch, and I'm going to be in my senior year of high school. It's my second year at Upward Bound, and before Upward Bound, I didn't really know much about college. I didn't know much about getting scholarships, and college wasn't really that big of a thing for me. But I mean, Upward Bound's helped. Like, I really want to go to college. I feel like I'm really prepared for college, and it's just so many people who are willing to help you and just do their best to just help you, make you feel like you belong. It's just a great place. And, I enjoy the program.
My name is Troy Rivera. The program is important to me because it really changed me for the better. It helped show me who I really am, and it really prepared me for college, which is a big thing for me because college has always been a dream for me. I wanted to get a PhD, and I feel like this program is going to help me achieve that a lot.
I'm a junior student where this program is important to me because before I came here, I didn't really talk to people. I've made so many friends and I've learned so much that will help me improve my high school grades, help me get into college, help me with everything.
My name is Ashley Jordan, and the program's helped me by getting out of my comfort zone and making other people as crazy as I am. This kind of helps me focus in my schoolwork. Helps me be a better person. But, yeah.
My name is Michael Hamilton.
It's like being on
It doesn't just help you prepare yourself for college, but it also helps you prepare high school grades. That will I found it to be very helpful. Just all the benefits of this program. There's too many hard to say, so I should do. Awesome.
I'm Tana Cydrus, and I think the Upward Bound program really helped me come out of my shell with some things. It helped me learn a lot more than I normally would in normal school, and I feel like I made a lot more friends. I feel a lot more prepared for college, and I feel like I can be myself in front of a lot of people.
All right.
Just you could just give us your name and just tell me why Upward Bound has been important for you, please.
My name is Casey Ridenauer, and Upward Bound's important to me because I've met a lot of people this summer and throughout the entire program, and it's helped further my education. I mean, it's going to help my grades through high school, and it's preparing me for college at the same time. So I find it a very helpful program. I encourage people to get into it.
A great experience altogether. It was a lot of fun. There's really nothing else to say. It's just beneficial all around. There's no specific thing about it that makes it worth it. It's everything put together. It's an incredible program.